Welcome into the Frenzy alongside Preston Harvey. I'm Amy Zimmer, the rest of the team standing by. Okay, it is win or go home. State playoffs officially underway for both Georgia and South Carolina squads.
That's right. Teams in the Palmetto State enter in the second week of the playoffs, while the teams in the Peach State begin first round action tonight.
And kicking off in GHSA Class 3A, taking you out to Pooler Stadium where the Savannah Christian Raiders welcome the Peach County Trojans. Raiders 8-2 entering the playoffs on a 5-game win streak, not slowing down against the 4-6 Trojan squad. Second quarter up 13-0. Raiders quarterback Blaze Thomas with a nice look to Henry Wall in stride, coming right at you for the big gain. A few plays later, it's the duo again. Thomas with a beauty through the air to Wall in the end zone. PAT gives Raiders a 20-0 lead with a minute before the break. Peach County trying to get something going here. Raiders David Busey says, I don't think so. The Big 22 member and South Carolina commit always making his presence known, but don't get comfortable. Peach County would make it a ball game, sending it to overtime, talking 4 overtimes needed. Savannah Christian survives 48-46 to advance. Yeah, talk about the Raiders setting the tone for this playoff edition of the Frenzy, and we are just warming up.
That's right, bringing you highlights from the biggest games across Southeast Georgia and the South Carolina Low Country. Coming up, our Carolina Clash Game of the Week, a rematch of last year's Skeeza 1A state title game.
That showdown and more straight ahead. We'll be right back.
We are the Calvary Cheerleaders, and you're watching the Frenzy on
You're watching the Friday Night Frenzy. Let's get you right out to our Carolina Clash Game of the Week. The Thomas Hayward Academy Rebels hosting a familiar face, the Lee Academy Cavaliers.
That's right, semifinals of the SCISA Class Single A State Playoffs. This one, a rematch of last year's state championship, a game when the Cavs came out on top. The Rebels seeking revenge, only one win away from advancing back to the state title game. Jumping to the second quarter, the Cavaliers making some noise though early on. Check this out, breaking the multiple tackles and takes it 60 yards to the house for the first score of the game. After a successful extra point, it's 7-0 Lee Academy. Now in the very next kickoff, the Cavaliers take the onside kick and they recover the ball. Yeah, Thomas Hayward not the best start thus far. But Lee Academy, very next play, staying on the ground. And check out this run again. Up the field. This time, he would get stopped just short of the goal line, setting his team up for yet another score. And now quarterback does the honors with the QB keeper for 6 points. Lee Academy leads 14-0. On the following drive, Thomas Hayward, quarterback, Tony O'Banner answers. Check out this play right here. Huge lob up the middle to Carter Williams to get on the board. Thomas Hayward, though, would ultimately fall to Lee Academy, 35-19 the final.
To Daphne Clark for SCISA Class 2A semifinals, undefeated Bethesda Blazers hosting the Northside Christian Crusaders. Opening drive for Northside Christian here. Bethesda's defense ready to play. Take a look at this. Quarterback Jefferson McCollum intercepted by Blazers Raleigh Wesley. Staying in the first, Bethesda quarterback Tristan Randall connecting with Jaden Turner to move the chains. A few plays later, Randall going to swing it out to Caleb Dillon. He breaks free, falls just outside the end zone on the 4-yard line. Next play, Randall hands it off to Wesley, and he will not be denied. Touchdown plus 2-point conversion good. 8-0 Blazers. Bethesda Academy defeats Northside Christian 32-6 and headed to the ship. Blazers with a chance to bring home the program's first ever state title.
Now, Calvary Day went through the regular season winning all their 10 games convincingly.
Oh yeah, and our Rick Snow joins us now as the Cavaliers take their first step toward a possible state title.
Amy, Preston, this is the time of year every team is shooting for when they begin practicing in the heat and humidity of July. It's the playoffs, the second season, and that's where the unbeaten Cavaliers find themselves facing the Jackson Red Devils in what they hope is the first step toward the ultimate goal of winning a state championship. The Cavaliers celebrated senior night with 17 seniors being introduced to the fans before the game. The game started quickly as Calvary drove down the field and Trevor Strobridge scores from 27 yards out to make it 7-0 in the first minute and a half. The Calvary defense was everywhere, not allowing the Red Devils to move the ball. The Cavs' second offensive possession resulted in another touchdown, this taken in by Caden Jones to make it 14-0. The defense continued to make great plays and stop Jackson from getting anything going offensively. After forcing a punt, Jake Merklinger teams up with Amari Drew over the middle, and he turns it into an 80-yard touchdown play to make it 20-0 still in the first quarter, and Calvary runs away to a 48-0 victory to move on to the second round of the AAA playoffs and will face Thomasville next week. Rick Snow, WJCL 22 News.
Thanks so much, Rick. One of the best stories for this high school football season has been the play of the Portal Panthers.
That's right. After several years of losing seasons, including a couple of winless campaigns sprinkled in, Portal won its first ever regional championship this year.
And with that, the Panthers secured home field advantage for their first round playoff game against Turner County. Here's our Dave Williams with the highlights.
Well, Amy, Preston tonight here in Portal, a rare sight indeed as the host Panthers are playing in the postseason. This first round Class Single A Division II matchup against Turner County represents the first time since 2006 the Panthers have been in the playoffs. It's also the first time since 2004 that Portal has hosted a playoff game.
This one figured to be a pretty easy one for the Panthers as Turner County came into the contest with a 3-7 record. And it would certainly turn out that way. Portal goes to work on its first drive as quarterback Elijah Coleman fakes me out, but I eventually catch up to him as he heads into the end zone for the touchdown. The 2-point conversion was good. 8-0 Panthers. Then the Portal defense goes to work. They come up with a turnover on Turner County's next possession. Meanwhile, Porter's offense goes to work again as Landon Ross. He takes the handoff and he heads right into the payoff pasture. The extra point no good. 14-0 Portal, and they go on to roll to the 35-12 win and advance to the second round of the playoffs next week. In Portal, Dave Williams, WJCL 22 News.
At the Jungle in Metter, a battle of the Tigers as Metter hosts Swainsboro in GHSA Class Single A Division I first round. Third quarter, Swainsboro up 6-0 and go to work again. When Darius Brown takes it down to the Metter 1-yard line. 2 plays later, DeMello Jones finishes it off with a short touchdown plunge. 12-0 Swainsboro 2-point conversion is good, makes it 14-0. Metter not able to find an answer as Swainsboro moves on with a 20-0 win.
To Springfield, Effingham County hosting Lovejoy in the first round of the GHSA 6A state playoffs. The Rebels, winners of 6 in a row, look to stay hot. Big 22 member Antonio Butts not available in this one due to injury. Now, the stout Effingham County defense was not playing around early on. Multiple Rebels not allowing any positive yards on 4th down. Yeah, Effingham takes over, and you know the fans are loving that. Now, with Butts not playing in this game, the Rebels keeping a next man up mindset. Jaden Edwards, a man on a mission, breaking many tackles on his way into the end zone for the first score of the game, 7-0 Effingham County. Now Lovejoy responds quickly, screen play to Corey Orr, and yeah, check this out. He blows by a couple of defenders and speeds past everyone on his way to the touchdown. Ball game tied up at 7. Now second series for the Rebels, Nate Hayes rolls right, connecting with Q King for the short gain. Effingham unable to score on the drive and is forced to punt. Now, so take a look at this right here. The punt is blocked. Wildcats would go on in for the score. Effingham falls to Lovejoy, 47-14 the final. More highlights still to come right here on the Friday Night Frenzy.
Plus, find out who made the play of the week. Stay with us.
Yeah!
Welcome back to the Frenzy. More highlights plus the play of the week to get to.
Let's get right back out to it. Time to head out to Bryan County. The Redskins hosting the East Lawrence in the first round of the GHA Class Single A Division I. The Redskins entering this one with only one blemish on the record this year, riding a 6-game winning streak. Yeah, picking us up in the second half. Despite the big lead, 48-7. Chris Winfrey not letting up at all. Big time tackle in this one. Redskins on offense now. Keeping this one on the ground, hand off to Carson Nunn. Shoots right up the gap, enough to move the chains. Now, Bryan County go on to get a big win, 55-14 over East Lawrence.
GIAA Class Single A first round game at Memorial Stadium. Memorial Day Matadors leading Harvester Christian Hawks 10-0 in the second. The rest of the half was a defensive battle. Take a look. Matadors Craig Harris coming up with the big stop of the Hawks quarterback Jared Brown. Third quarter, Matadors defense still playing hard as Jeremiah Taub and Tyler Snipes teams up for a stop. Then quarterback Tyler Kindle finds a Sear Best in the flat. Cuts all the way back for the touchdown. 2-point conversion's good. Memorial Day wins 34-6.
Now, play of the week, taking you to Springfield, yeah. Jaden Edwards allowed me to reintroduce myself all the way to the end zone, breaking many tackles. What a play.
That's going to do it for this week of the Frenzy. For Preston Harvey, I'm Amy Zimmer. Have a great night.